Hi guys, welcome back. Well, today's video is my updated skincare routine, and this was a requested video from a lovely subscriber, so thank you True Blue for requesting this video. I'm really glad you did because it is actually something that I have been wanting to film for a long time now, because my skincare routine has really significantly changed. I think at about the beginning of this year and the end of last year, my skin was really having a lot of issues. I was having some pretty major breakouts and I was really struggling in terms of just not knowing what to do for the best. So I've really changed around my skincare routine since last time I did one of these videos, and I will be talking you through what I've been doing recently, and to be honest with you, it seems to have been working. Now that might not even be because of the change in my skincare, it could just be something else, because spots can be caused by so many things. It could be diet, it could be hormonal, but I do think that this change in my skincare routine has had a positive impact on my skin. So let's get started. Now the first thing I have used a lot over these kind of past few months is this Sebamed cleansing bar, and actually I don't have the bar itself to show you today because I literally just used it up. But I think if you look on my blog, I have got a picture on there of this. It was just a green bar. It kind of looked like a bar of soap, but it is soap free. And I actually purchased this at the end of February, and I think I received it at the beginning of March or the very end of February. So when you think about it, this bar has lasted me for about 5 months, and I've used it every morning and every night, and it cost £2.99, and I did get it from Weldrix. You don't need a prescription or anything for it, it is just over the counter, but you can get it from various places, but I got it from Weldrix, and honestly I think this has actually worked a treat for my skin. But what I'm using now is another Sebamed cleansing bar, but this is just the clear face variety, so I'm going to see how well this one works. That's what that one looks like. It's just more of a kind of typical white bar. So yeah, I am looking forward to see the results. I only tried it the first time this morning, so I just don't know really how that's going to work out. But anyway, I love those products for cleansing my face. And like I say, I use them morning and night. So on an evening, I'll show you what I do on an evening, but this is my kind of like second cleanse in the evening. But in the morning, it's the only thing I use to wash my face. So after I've washed my face in the morning, I don't do anything else in terms of like cleansing or toning, and because these are pH balanced to 5.5, which is the ideal level for your skin, then I tend to just leave it at that and not apply any toner because I don't want to do any unnecessary steps. And then I just go in and apply my moisturiser for the day, and the one I've been using recently is this one from Boots, and this is a Simply Sensitive Protecting Day Moisturiser with SPF 15. Now you're either going to love the fact that it's got SPF in or hate it, or I don't know, maybe you don't mind either way, but I do really love it because I think, you know, especially in summertime, you know, it's always good to have some SPF protection, and I know that my foundation doesn't always have SPF in it, so this is just a good thing to have. And it contains aloe vera, and it's fragrance free, doesn't have any colour, and it's hypoallergenic and dermatologically tested. So that's really good. Just very basic, very simple daytime moisturiser. Sits really well under makeup for me. It's not greasy and it absorbs really quickly. And the other great thing about this, it is super cheap. It's available from Boots, if I didn't say that already, and it's only a few pounds. When it's on offer, I think it's like £2, and honestly it is a big old bottle. It's 125 millilitres, comes in a squeezy bottle, so you can't really go wrong with this. And it reminds me very much of the Olay, I think it is, beauty fluid, which is really nice and comes in a bottle like this, and I used to love that one. Occasionally I use my Sebamed Clear Face oil free, I think this is a care gel, so it's not really like a creamy moisturiser, it's a very lightweight kind of gel moisturiser, and I don't use this very often at all. If my skin feels like it might be kind of getting a bit clogged up or a bit, you know, oily or spot prone, then I'll use this, but I don't use it very often, but it's nice to have it there for when I feel like I need it. So then I will apply my eye cream, and it's usually one of these, although I've literally just finished up this eye cream, and this is the Aloe Eye Defense eye cream from the Body Shop. I love this so much. Really, really nice eye cream. And this is the Botanics Hydrating eye cream, and it is the Radiant Youth eye cream. So again, this isn't too expensive, especially if you get it on offer, and I really like this. It's extremely lightweight and very quickly absorbed and sits well underneath makeup. Now sometimes I do use an eye gel instead of an eye cream, but I just haven't been reaching for my eye gels recently, as I've been enjoying the kind of more hydrating effect of eye creams. And then of course I always use my lip balm, because it's important to not forget your lip care as well. So on an evening, what I do is I start off by removing the bulk of my makeup if I've been wearing makeup during the day. And I tend to use a wet wipe. So these are ones from Soap & Glory that I've just finished up. And these are the Boots Essential Cleansing Wipes, which are super cheap. I think they're on offer 3 for £1 at the moment, 3 packets for £1. Not just 3 wet wipes for £1. And you get like 25, I think it is, in a pack. So these are really nice, and they're very moist and very gentle. But yeah, I wouldn't just use a wet wipe to take off all of my makeup unless I was really, really exhausted and it was literally better than nothing, because I don't think wet wipes are good for regularly kind of removing your makeup and then not doing anything else after. But I never use wet wipes to remove my eye makeup, because I feel like you just have to kind of rub and kind of scrub on the eye area a bit too much, and the eye area is so delicate. But one thing that I love to use to remove my eye makeup is the Body Shop Camomile Sumptuous Cleansing Butter. And now this is not going to work for everyone on your eye area, because it is quite heavily fragranced. My eyes can be quite sensitive, but this does not sting or irritate my eyes personally, and it's probably the best thing I've ever used to remove my eye makeup, because it just melts anything off. You know, waterproof mascara, liquid eyeliner, gel eyeliner, you name it, it just gets it all off, and it's so gentle. You do not need to rub, you just gently kind of, you know, work it in very, very gently, and it just dissolves makeup. It's really good, and then it just literally washes off so easily, and it doesn't leave a residue at all. So that's what I did to remove my face makeup. And then of course I'll go in with my cleansing bar. Don't have that one anymore, so it'll be my clear face cleansing bar that I will use in the evening as kind of like my second cleanse. And then I will typically go in with a moisturiser, and the one that I've been using at the moment is this one from Neal's Yard, and this is the Power Berry Daily Moisture, 50 millilitres, and it says that it boosts radiance and protects youthful skin. So this is a nice product. To be honest, the only reason I'm using this is because it's one that I picked up a while ago, and I thought, yeah, okay, I better use that up now. I didn't kind of pick it out for any specific reason other than it is quite natural as well, and that is kind of what I'm looking for in my skincare at the moment, just quite natural, quite gentle products. So it's working nicely for me as a night cream. It probably wouldn't be hydrating enough as a night cream during the winter, but during the summer this seems to be doing the trick quite nicely for me. Another moisturiser I sometimes like to use at night is this Nivea Daily Essentials Sensitive Night Cream for sensitive skin. Again, this is super duper cheap. When it's on offer you can probably pick it up for a couple of pounds, and you get a nice 50 millilitres of product, and it's free from parabens, colours and perfume. So again, really nice and gentle. Definitely something that seems to work nicely for my skin. Sometimes I might also use my Argan Oil Night Repair Serum. This is clearly a bit of a copy of the Estee Lauder Night Repair, but this is super cheap. It's like £1, and you can pick it up from loads of places, like pound shops and other discount, you know, retailers. And I like this a lot. I mean, I find that it's probably not moisturising enough for me to use it on its own. I like to use it underneath my moisturiser sometimes, but it's a nice product and it doesn't seem to do anything bad to my skin. It doesn't seem to break me out or anything like that. So that's quite a nice thing to use as well. And sometimes I even get out my Holland & Barrett Vitamin E oil. and I like to use this sometimes as a nighttime eye cream, although a lot of the time I will just use the same eye creams that I use in the day at night. But this is really nice for a really intensive moisturiser. Also, if I've got any dry patches or any kind of bits of irritated skin, if I just put a little bit of this on, then it kind of really does work some magic overnight, and by morning it all looks a lot better. So it's really nice, but it is a very thick kind of goopy formula, and it does take a really long time to absorb. In fact, by morning time it's usually not absorbed, it's still kind of sitting on the surface of my skin a little bit, so definitely something I would only use at night. And now kind of into like treatment type products for any spots that I might have. These are the two that I've been using recently, and these are the two that have definitely worked the best for me out of any kind of spot treatments I've ever tried. This is the Sebamed Clear Face Anti-Pimple Gel, and this works a treat, and it also sits quite well underneath makeup during the day. But I have to say that recently I discovered this from Boots, and this is the Skin Clear Ultra Rapid Action Spot Gel. And this is so good. Again, it's only a few pounds, maybe like £3 or £4. If you get it on an offer, maybe more like £2 or £3. And it's a good old generous 25 millilitres, which is not bad because you don't have to use a lot of product at one time. But this is just so good. It is literally the best thing I've ever found for kind of spot treatment. And basically it does claim to visibly reduce spot size in 2 hours, and also to kind of reduce redness. So really dramatic claim, but honestly for me this does actually work really, really nicely. I do like it. I do find that it's quite difficult to wear this during the day under my makeup, as sometimes it tends to make my makeup ball up as I apply it. So it doesn't sit terribly well underneath makeup, but if you use this at night or in the daytime when you're not wearing makeup, it really works tremendously well. And honestly, I don't think I could ever be without this now, because it is just a fantastic product for treating any spots, and I love it. It really does reduce the size of any spots, and it really does reduce the redness, so it is brilliant. Regarding kind of other things I might sometimes do to my skin, I will sometimes use a face mask, although I'm not always the best at remembering to use face masks all that often. So this is just a really basic one from Boots. It's the Essentials Cucumber Clay Mask, which just takes 3 minutes to use, which is really good in case you don't have a lot of time to use it. And it's a nice one. I like basic clay type face masks because they just really get in there and clean out your pores and give your skin a nice good deep cleanse. The only other thing I might do to my skin very, very occasionally is use a face scrub, but honestly I do not use them very often because I just forget, and I also think that I don't really want to use them too often because I think for my skin they can sometimes be a little bit too harsh and irritate it. But if I am going to use a face scrub, then the ones that I'll typically reach for are one of these two. So you probably recognise this one straight away as being the St. Ives scrub, and this variety is the Timeless Skin one. So it is of course the traditional apricot scrub, and you know, I've definitely used this so many times in the past. Not this particular variety, but definitely the St. Ives scrubs are something that I used to use all the time, especially when I was a teenager, like 14, 15, 16 years old. I always had one of these on the go. To be honest, I got sick of them at one point because I think there was a special offer on and you could get kind of like quite a good deal on them, so I stocked up with so many. Took me ages to work through them all, and then I kind of got tired of these, but you know, it is such a good basic scrub. I think I saw Maxine Wrights here on YouTube, who I'll link in the down bar below, talk about the St. Ives apricot scrub, and that made me want to try it again. So I did, and it's a nice scrub if you like abrasive scrubby scrubs. It's not for everyone, and some people do not like them at all, but I like them quite a bit. I just don't use them very often. And this is the Boots Tea Tree and Witch Hazel Charcoal Face Scrub. So it's got charcoal in it, which is really unusual, and it's a grey colour inside. I don't know if you can see that, but it just makes it look like such a kind of like professional, almost like salon-like product. So that's nice. I've never used a grey kind of skincare product before with charcoal in it. So this is obviously supposed to be kind of for acne prone skin, and it claims to draw out I cannot talk at all today, to draw out impurities, unclog pores and leave skin appearing healthier. So this again, definitely something that I would use, you know, on and off occasionally, but I don't think I would be able to incorporate this into my daily skincare routine, especially when my skin's doing quite well. I'm quite reluctant to kind of do anything to disrupt my skin because it can be very temperamental and very hit and miss, but I honestly can say that compared to how my skin was like at the end of last year and the very beginning of this year, it really has improved so much. So I think I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing, not stray too far away from the products that I'm using or similar kind of products, and hopefully, fingers crossed, my skin should just stay in relatively decent condition. So yeah, that is it for my updated skincare video. Thank you for watching, and I guess I'll see you in another video soon. Bye for now.